Domestic violence happens every day. Sometimes the victim leaves, sometimes the victim stays, and sometimes the victim is brutally murdered. However, what happens when an abuser murders his victim on Christmas Day, wakes up the children to open presents? The children run to the living room to see their mother lying on the couch with sunglasses on. When the children ask their abuser, "What's wrong with mommy?" he says, "Your mom's okay. She just ruined Christmas." What happened to this beautiful mother of three on Christmas Day? Let's find out right now. Wicked Wednesday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrollton, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. And as always, thank you all for joining me on this Wicked Wednesday evening as we discuss another true crime case. How are y'all doing on this Wicked Wednesday evening? Yes, today is Christmas Eve, and I want to thank all of you for joining me on this Wicked Wednesday evening. What are y'all doing tonight? Are y'all preparing for Christmas Eve? Are y'all cooking? Are y'all cleaning? Are y'all wrapping gifts? Are y'all preparing for Santa Claus? What have y'all been doing all day preparing for Christmas is what I want to know. And today I am bringing y'all a true crime case that happened on Christmas Day 2011 in California. And this case has to do with domestic violence. And we see domestic violence every day. In fact, it is getting more rapid in this country day by day. Today we are discussing Zizelle Dominique Preston. Everyone called her Zizi. She was born on September 5th, 1985 in Orange County, California. She was one of 5 siblings. She adored her friends and family and always loved to dance. She had high hopes of becoming a ballerina one day. However, those plans were put on hold when she was just 17 years old when she became pregnant with her first daughter. And in 2002, Zizelle became a mother for the very first time. She remained with her high school boyfriend for years. Zizelle gave birth to her second daughter in 2008. And that same year, she and her boyfriend broke up. She was no longer with the father of her 2 daughters. And in that same year of 2008, she began to model. Zizelle was a beautiful, vibrant woman who loved to be in front of the camera. She took tons of pictures and began getting tons of work as a model. And that same year of 2008, when she was 23, she met a man, 27-year-old William Wallace. The two fell madly in love. They loved each other so very much, and he wanted to be a stepfather to Zizelle's 2 daughters. They all began sharing a life together. However, things started to shift. People started noticing that William didn't want Zizelle to dress nice. He didn't want Zizelle going anywhere without him. He didn't want Zizelle talking to anyone. He wanted Zizelle's location and where she was 24/7. He was extremely controlling and jealous. And then he started telling people that Zizelle was cheating on him. And in reality, Zizelle wasn't cheating on William. William was the one cheating on Zizelle and blaming her. She didn't know what to do. She was so in love with William, but he was so very controlling. Then all of a sudden, Zizelle's family started noticing that Zizelle was covered in bruises and cuts. They looked at her and they told her, "Look, Zizelle, you're beautiful, you're vibrant, you're young. You need to leave this man alone. You don't need to be with him. He's beating you, he's hurting you, he doesn't let you go anywhere, he's controlling your every move. Please leave him." But Zizelle wouldn't hear of it. She told her family and friends how much she loved William and she thought he would change. Zizelle and William decided to get married. Zizelle wore a beautiful white dress, and it was said at the wedding reception, William beat up Zizelle so bad in the head that she lost consciousness. Now let me tell y'all something. If your man, your new husband, is beating you up at your wedding, it is time to go. Leave him that day. File for an annulment. He is not going to change. If he's already beating you up on your wedding night at the reception, no, walk away. I'm telling you, walk away. At this point, Zizelle had enough. She finally called the cops, and William Wallace is arrested in early 2011. However, Zazelle did not break up with him. She even visited William in prison. He told her that he was a changed man, that he wouldn't beat her up anymore, that he found God. However, I know how that is. As y'all know, I'm a victim of domestic violence, and they do not change. They do not change at all. As many times as they tell you they are going to change, they don't. While William is in prison, Zazelle finds out that she is pregnant and they are going to have a baby. William is released from prison and continues to beat up Zazelle. When Zazelle was 5 months pregnant with their son, her grandmother found her on the bathroom floor, lying there, severely beaten up. Everyone begged Zazelle to please leave William. They would help her. They would do whatever it took for her and her 2 daughters, as well as William and Zazelle's unborn child, to be safe. They wanted Zazelle to have a new life and to stop getting beat up. Zazelle enrolled in a domestic violence program. She wanted to be a domestic violence counselor. She wanted to further her education. She wanted to help women in need. However, Zazelle was going through this traumatic event. She was getting beaten up daily. And you know what the sad part about this whole situation is? Zazelle had 2 little girls, 2 tiny children that were seeing this on a daily basis. So they probably started thinking in their minds that this was okay, that this was normal. However, it wasn't normal. And when Zazelle was 7 months pregnant, William punched her in the stomach so severely that she gave birth to their son 2 months early. Zazelle gave birth to a beautiful baby boy in October of 2011. She was caring for her newborn, she was spending time with her beautiful little girls, and she was studying to be a domestic abuse counselor. She was just living her life at this time. It is now Christmas Eve 2011, and William and Zazelle were going to a party with friends and family to celebrate Christmas Eve. According to everyone, Zazelle and William did not argue or fight at the party. However, they were drinking. It was said William and Zazelle started arguing when they arrived home. It was also said that the neighbors saw and heard everything and saw William drag Zazelle in the house. Now, if that is true, if the neighbors really did see all of that, why did the neighbors call the police? Why didn't anyone notify the cops? It just didn't make sense. Why wouldn't someone call the police? It just reminds me of Dominique Dunn when her boyfriend strangled her on the front porch while somebody was in the house and no one called 911. It just doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you call 911? I'm telling y'all, if y'all see anything like that, I know a lot of people don't want to get involved because they're like, it's not my business. Please, you never know when you can save someone's life. You just never know. The fighting continued. It continued all night. It is now Christmas morning. William wakes up the little girls and he says, come on, y'all, it's time to open up your presents. Let's go open your presents. The little girls are so very excited. They run to the living room. However, they notice something very odd. They see their mother, Zazelle, lying on the couch wearing sunglasses. William is turning on the video camera to record the girls opening their gifts when one of Zazelle's daughters asks, hey, what's wrong with mommy? William says, oh, mommy got drunk last night and it ruined Christmas. The girls begin to open up their presents. And one of the girls opened up her presents. She was all excited. She was having fun. She ran to her mommy to show her. However, Zazelle had absolutely no reaction and just laid there. She said her mom didn't react at all, and she felt that her mom was very cold. Hours later, William calls 911 stating that Zazelle needs medical attention. When the ambulance arrived, not only do they know she is deceased, but that she had been deceased for hours. William states that Zazelle got drunk and fell through a glass table. He says he then drug her to bed, they slept in the same bed, and that she even woke up the next morning, put sunglasses on, and fell asleep on the couch. Now, the whole story didn't make sense to the police. Nothing made sense because Zazel's body was covered in bruises, cuts, scratches, and the house was full of blood, and Zazel had drag marks on her body. They knew some kind of altercation took place, and they also know that William Wallace has been in and out of prison for domestic violence for years. They knew William had something to do with the murder of Zazel Preston. Now, he kept saying that mommy ruined Christmas. Mommy ruined Christmas. No, she did not ruin Christmas. What kind of man puts the mother of his child on a couch, deceased, puts sunglasses on her face, and just props her there? Just like a prop, just so the children can see her and think that she's okay. But in reality, Zazel was deceased on the couch, and William knew that. The police knew William had to be arrested. They knew William was responsible for the murder of Zazel. William is arrested on Christmas Day 2011. And get this, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? He receives 15 years in prison and will be eligible for parole in 2027, which is what, a year away? Yeah. This man murders the mother of his child, takes a mother away from her 3 children, and is eligible for parole? I cannot believe that. That just blows my mind. It is mind-blowing to think that this man didn't get life in prison without the possibility of parole, because this is a horrible, horrible situation. And on Christmas Day, you tell your wife's children that mommy ruined Christmas because she got drunk and she's laying on the couch when you're the one that beat her up, when you're the one that put her there? No, I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. He should stay in jail for the rest of his life. My final thought, I always give you my final thought. And my final thought is we have to put an end to domestic violence. There are too many people getting murdered day in and day out by domestic violence. It is crazy how many people we lose every single day. We have got to try to make people understand that they are worth more than getting beat up every day. There are so many people in this world that are good people, that won't hurt people. But people like I was, we don't understand our worth. And we think that we deserve that. And it takes years for us to move on from someone that is abusing us. And that is the sad part about this situation, because Zazel wanted to help people. She wanted to help victims of domestic violence, but in reality, she was a victim of domestic violence. It is very, very sad. And to know that William Wallace may walk free in a year, how are we to know that he's not going to do this to someone else? How do we know that? This is just crazy to me, that he may get out of prison. He murdered someone and he may get out of prison. It is crazy to think that. But let's just hope he has changed if he does get out of prison. Let's hope he knows that he took away the mother of his child and the mother of 3 children. It is very heartbreaking. My thoughts and prayers go out to Zazel's family, especially her 3 beautiful children. I hope after this video that y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. And as always, stay safe, always be aware of your surroundings, and always know that I'm here for each and every one of y'all. And before I end this video, I want all of y'all to have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I wish all of you the best, and make sure y'all stay safe tomorrow on Christmas Day. And make sure y'all celebrate with friends and family, especially as those babies. Oh, those babies, those kids, those children are the most perfect thing in our lives, and they love Christmas so very much. Thank y'all all for the love and support, and for you, I am truly grateful. And thank y'all once again for joining me on this Christmas Eve night. I am so happy that y'all took the time out to watch my video. I will see y'all next week with more Cajun Crime Queen videos. I love y'all. Bye.